Hi, I'm Martina of That Couple Who Travels. I'm so excited to share my journey with you guys. But first, like, share, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. I was engaged for about 10 months, and I spent half of that time looking for a wedding dress. I searched high, I searched low. I went to some of the most expensive bridal salons, and I went to sample sales. I literally looked everywhere. I called bridal dress stores all across America. I traveled to Georgia, New York, and New Jersey, trying on dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of dresses. And I mean, a lot of the dresses I tried on were beautiful. They were really beautiful, but nothing felt like it was the one. Like it was, like I wanted more. Every dress I put on, I was like, you know, this is my wedding day. I should do better. I can do better. And so months passed. Month after month and after month passed, and I still didn't have a dress. And then it started to become crunch time, because if you wait beyond 6 months, they say, to start working on your wedding dress, you have to pay a lot of rush fees. So at this point, I'm just ready to settle. I'm like, you know, I'm gonna go with the best option. And I was this close to doing that, and some drama popped off at the store. I'm gonna tell y'all about that later. But I'm so happy it happened, because it stopped me from settling. And that's when I found Yemi, who created my perfect wedding dress. Let's go meet Yemi and my dress. So when I met Yemi, I was confident that he could and would make the perfect dress for me. So Yemi, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for creating the perfect dress for me.
You're welcome.
And now let's tell everybody a little bit about the process and what went into making it.
I remember when you came to see me, because what I normally do is I ask lots of questions, and basically you wanted a ball gown style dress, you wanted lots of bling, that was really important, and you wanted a sort of illusion top with sleeves. So we went together because I like for my clients to sort of have ownership in the creating of the dress. So we went together and we saw this fabric, which was in one piece, as you remember. So what I actually did was I then cut out all these patterns. So there are about 7 to 10 different patterns on here. We cut them all out, and then I fixed them onto the toile of the dress and pinned them to this shape. So it looks like just one piece of fabric, but as you see, there is a seam here. But when you put that over the seam, it covers everything, and that's the only thing you can get with bespoke couture. Also, I put some on the sleeve so that when you wear it, it's almost floating on your arm. And if I just turn the dress back here, in order to get the shape, the dress is actually fully corseted, and we have the lacing of the corset here, and then you then pin, you know, there's a hook and eye here, zipped up there, and we've got this beautiful covered buttons made with the fabric of the dress, but they're just decorative. Obviously the mannequin is too small, but when that fastens, it just creates the beautiful shape that you had when you were wearing your dress. And this is made of layers and layers of tulle, and then underneath we've got the horsehair that gives it a bit of shape and just creates this ethereal, soft look you had on your dress.
I love it. Oh, and this too.
Yes, so we had the appliques bleeding into the skirt of the dress, just to give it this
really nice
asymmetrical look. So whichever way you turn, you just see something different, and it just helps to break the part between the bodice and the skirt, just softens it a bit.
Yeah. And one thing I really appreciated about this dress too is it wasn't too heavy. Like I tried on some dresses and I'm like, how am I supposed to move tonight? This dress was not heavy at all. How'd you do that?
Because once the corset is laced onto you, it sort of takes the weight of the dress. I try to, this is soft tool, but it does have some weight to it. But because this fits so snugly on you, it carried the weight, so it feels really weightless. That's how that's achieved.
Oh, okay. Thank you for that.
I think comfort is really important to me, even though it's quite a rigid. Obviously, when you're wearing a corset, there is some bit of constriction, but still, I feel the bride should be quite comfortable in their dress, which is what I try to achieve.
Another thing was, so I really, really wanted long sleeves, but I know some brides who get long sleeves, like they feel like they need a second dress for the reception because they won't be able to dance. I was able to dance in my dress. I even practiced before the wedding with Yemi. Like how was that? How is it that, I was able to move my arms? And maybe that sounds like a silly question, but if you tried on wedding dresses, you'll know it's not.
That's again one of the beauties of couture, because the first time you try the first toile, it was a bit restricted here. So but you can only find that out once the dress is worn. So once you had that on, I realized I had to adjust the dress around underneath here in order to make you be able to move your arm properly. And that's the benefit of having a custom dress, because you find out all those problems during the making up stage, and then those issues are highlighted and fixed, and then you're able to have a dress that, even though it still fits slightly tightly, but you can move your arms around.
Okay, that's awesome. I think too, like, it's important to note that all the undergarments that you needed were already inside the dress.
That's right.
So.
It had I normally try and keep those things secret between me and my clients, but talking on a practical level, there are lots of bones on the inside. There's a bust pad in here, but when the client wears it, you don't see any of that. It just looks like the body of the client, which is what I say. We can keep the secrets between the designer and the client.
We can cut that out.
No, but that's good.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh, I don't mind. Like, I want everyone to feel as beautiful as I did on my wedding day, and I really owe you a lot of thanks for helping me achieve that.
That's what I always try to achieve
others
with my clients.
Yeah, so this is my dress. Did it take you a long time to make it?
It did. What you have to understand is that I'm working with different clients at the same time, but I try to make each client feel I'm just working with them, and I hope I was able to give you that feeling. And in order to have that, I've got to build in the time. All this is all sewn by hand, so it does take a long time. We've got to cut it out, we've got to place it, we've got to stitch it. So I normally ask for 6 to 9 months, which is quite usual for bespoke couture. It probably wouldn't take that long, but I have to build that time in. So I can do it on a shorter time frame, but I prefer 6 to 9 months.
Okay, all right, awesome. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, comment below, and Yemi and I will get back to you. But this is my dress. I love it. I love it so much. So I went custom because I was incredibly picky and hard to please when it came to finding the perfect wedding dress for myself. But everyone isn't like that. So what are some other reasons brides should consider going custom?
There are 4 main reasons why brides would go custom. One of them is the fit of the dress. Because this dress is made for you, using on average about 26 very precise body measurements, and the process involves trying on a prototype. The fit is impeccable, and there's no way you can get that with a dress that is bought off the shelf. The second one is taking it to proportions of the body. You're able to wear styles that probably, if you read all these articles on what dresses suit body type, you can actually veer away from that. For example, if you have a normal fishtail mermaid type dress, if you're quite short, oftentimes it's not very flattering because if it goes from the knee, it shortens you. But if you have it bespoke, the designer can move the skirt slightly higher than normal. It's just tweaking the proportions, and then you can have the dress of your dreams that will suit your figure type. And there are various other ways of doing that.
That's awesome. What he said about fit though is so true. I promise you, when I put that dress on, my wedding dress, it was the flattest I have ever seen my stomach. It was like, what stomach? And I'll never forget, because Yemi was like, he put the chair in front of the mirror and he's like, look down. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't have a stomach. So that is so true. Like, how did you, I guess we'll talk about that.
Yeah, so some other reasons why I would say bride should go bespoke is you are getting something totally unique. You know, you don't, first of all, if you discuss with your designer what sort of dress you want, and then they put their input into design elements. So, you know, things like cultural expectations, religious expectations, parts of your body you want to enhance, parts of your body you sort of have concerns with. And then the designer comes up with a design that is unique to you, the fabric choices, so that way you're not settling. You know, sometimes you might see a dress and you say, oh, I love this but when you have something made for you, there's no but about it. It's all those elements are taken into consideration, and you know, combined with the fabrics, the embellishment, usually there wouldn't be another dress like that. And then the fourth reason is just the whole experience of having this fantastic garment, probably the most amount of money you spent on a dress. And it's not just something you just pick up and even if it's altered slightly, no, you've seen it from the beginning, you take ownership of the dress. The whole experience should be one of the great things that lead up to the wedding.
It truly was.
Yeah.
Wow. So, reasons they should go custom: fit, proportions,
Uniqueness of the design,
uniqueness of the design,
and just the whole experience.
and the experience. And I can say those were truly benefits I experienced too. The fit, I told you, perfect, proportions. Yeah, I didn't struggle with that, but still benefited from that benefit. Experience, definitely. And then the uniqueness and the exclusivity of the dress, definitely. So I agree, those are definitely 4 things you get when you go custom. So Yemi, if someone wants to go custom and they want to work with you, how do they find you?
Okay, social media.
Okay.
So on all platforms.
That's how I
to
found
make to make it easy to find me, I'm Yemi Kosibah.
Okay.
And the Kosibah is spelled Kosibah. So on Instagram, on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Snapchat, you can get me on all those platforms. And I am very responsive. You know, I just believe that if someone has taken the time out to like a picture or to send me a message, I get it on my phone. The least I can do is just to reply. So I'm very interactive with people trying to get in touch with me. So I think social media is the best way. And of course, I've got a website, which is kosibah.com.
Okay, awesome. So if you are thinking about going custom, don't even think about it anymore. Just do it and call Yemi. He's literally the best. You'll love your dress. You'll love your experience. And yeah, that's all I have to say about that. See you next time.